Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is a random hot topics, no thumbnail, just whatever saved on my IG live, okay? Because I said, Jaylee, you can't cancel another live. I was supposed to be live yesterday, and it was a long day of work, and I got home, was not in the mood. And then today I also had a long day of work and just did not have time to do a thumbnail, okay? But we are here together to have a good time, to have a conversation about whatever foolishness I have saved and stuff, okay? So please make sure, okay, that you've already came in the room and hit the like button, that you've already made sure to be a subscriber of the channel. And y'all know you can also share this video too and comment in the comment section and all that good stuff around here, okay? I also feel like it's not even a whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm here where I'm at. Hey y'all, I feel like it's not even a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world. Okay, I feel like it's boring right now in the land of celebrity gossip or whatever. It's a lot of foolishness going on, but I didn't want this to be a heavy, everybody around here getting piled and popped and stuff live. I wanted it to be a fun, lively live. So I say, even the tough, I need to read my scalp. I say, even the tough stories that we have to discuss, I'm gonna try to bring some funniness to it, okay? Because I don't know what else to do. But y'all know we still here, and it will be whatever it is, okay? But hello to those who are watching live. Hello to those who will end up watching the replay. Hello to those who YouTube has not told y'all yet I'm on live, and so y'all watching the replay because y'all didn't know I'm here, and I'm here. I'm here, okay? But hello to the ones here so far, okay? Because I appreciate it all up and through, okay? Now look, when I was saving stuff on Instagram, I promise y'all I can't wait to take these braids out. Okay, I have only had these braids in. It has not even been a full month yet, and I want to just I want to take them out. I feel like I get them too long because all I keep doing is this, because they be in the way, and because when I be moving around, baby getting stuck at the table. So I'm always moving them or whatever. But no. Anyway, look, I know. Look, they be making my name be wrong. It be putting K's. It be all the letters around the J. It's okay. I know what you meant and stuff. But when I was saving stuff, oh wait, where I go? Oh Lord Jesus, I didn't put the wrong thing in the wrong place. Jesus. Okay, there we go. I'd almost taken away the whole dang on IG stuff, and I don't want to do that. Now I have to still do. I gotta do Beyond Gates. I gotta do my Beyond Gates review. I gotta do that on TikTok. I'm sorry. Focus, girl, focus. Look, I was saving stuff, and I'm like, it's a lot of stupid things going on. And I didn't want it to be a stupid live because stupid lives can be draining and whatnot. And I don't want to be draining. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. But yeah, okay. And y'all also know it's other kind. Look, child, I reviewed Basketball Wives. Okay, I have not watched Basketball Wives since OG left. Okay, that was the last time I was reviewing the show, watching the show, and she been gone for a couple of seasons now. But when the new season just started on Monday, and something told me you can fuss them out every week. Okay, you can fuss them out. And I said, Jaylee, girl, go ahead and fuss them people out. So look, if you do not, even if you don't watch Basketball Wives, if you don't partake in their foolishness, guess what? Watch me crack jokes about the people. Okay, my Met Gala reviews up or whatever. I'm saying there's other things up. Go watch the other stuff that's around there. Okay. However, boom. Okay. Thank you, Emma. Thank you. Thank you. I just put it on because I had brown lipstick on earlier at work, but I ate a taco when I got home because I stopped at Taco Bell because I needed a slush. Because you know if you are having a long day, if you are having a long, stressful, ridiculous work day, go to the Taco Bell and get you the wild strawberry freeze. It'll make you feel better. Okay, get your little crunchy taco. Okay, that's it and whatever. But yeah, I'm happy my lipstick look good as well. But hello to the people up here. Look, when I tell y'all I have been saving stuff and saving stuff for the past couple of days because there was so many random things going on. Stupid stuff, celebrity stuff, and whatever. So I was like, just save it and you can think about it later. Save it and you can figure it out later. Save it and eventually, okay, it will be something to talk about. Now, one thing I want to start where I want to start. Do I even need to go back? Oh, I don't care. I don't want to go over there. But one, congrats to what's this man's name? Ryan Coogler. Congrats to Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan because their movie Sinners, at least 3 days ago, was a big box office hit still. Okay, it was a whole bunch of scuttlebutt about they only made 60 million the opening weekend. It cost 90 million. Will they make a profit? Well, they have made $236 million. Okay, and I said, you know what? Because we love them. It was a good movie. I think even since now, let me see, Sinners box office. I think even now it's made more than that. Let's see if they have a different amount to date because that was 3 days ago. What they're saying, but they're saying about 240. Child, they made millions. Okay, they made millions upon millions. Okay, millions. Okay, so and because I think it was it Variety? I think it was Variety that either Variety, some with a V, who said, they made some money, but not that much. So kudos to them and great, 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 great. Oh, you seen it? I seen it twice. I was gonna go see the third time. I'm gonna wait for it to be on either streaming or what, so I can watch it at home, so I can dance around to it or whatever. But congrats to them for that. That's always a great, great, great thing. Okay. And I feel like it was a who was I gonna say congrats to? It was somebody else that did something good. Oh, I guess I could do this one. So y'all, we watch. I watch Sisters on BET. Okay, now we have a show called Divorced Sisters. Okay, that will be on BET Plus. Okay, I guess so. Now the reason I feel like we have to watch it, Sisters is a better show than it used to be. The acting has gotten better. The writing has gotten better. It's still aggravating, but whatever. But I feel like because Latoya Luckett isn't it? Latoya Luckett, okay, who we love in her roles. She's in it. Also, DeVal, who plays Zach on Sisters, his real life wife, Kadeen. She is also in it as well. So it comes out June 10th. And so yeah, so congrats to Tyler Perry for another show, because that's what he does, and from employing black actresses and stuff like that. Okay, and it's great. See, these are people's. So Latoya Luckett, we have Kadeen. Who else is it? Latoya Luckett, Kadeen, Portia Coleman, Brianna Pryor, Jennifer Sears, and then child. They got Ron. Was it Ron Rico? Rico? Who be in everything or whatever. Divine Franklin, okay, and then two of the evil men who been on other shows and it was evil. So again, there's a whole bunch going on, but again, I'm gonna watch and we're gonna say congrats to them for getting their thing, okay? Then around here on not BT on Bravo, we had Queen's Court, which had Tamar was on there, we had Evelyn was on there, Delicious was on there, Nivea was on there, K Michelle, and somebody else. I can't think of who else was on there, but they had Queen's Court that was on Peacock, also known as Bravo. Well, now they have King's Court. King's Court will be on Bravo itself. It comes on July 13th. And I said, who is these peoples? Now we all know Tyson Beckford. I feel like we've heard rumors about Tyson Beckford being like not the best person to date in the past. I think I heard that somewhere. I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm thinking I may have heard that. So I don't know. But Tyson, okay, the model, who say women have a hard time trusting me. I mean, look at this face. It's mischievous. I was the epitome of what it playboy is. I knew it. They said that man was around there playing them games. Okay, so Tyson Beckford. They also have NBA star Carlos Boozer. I've met so many women who will recite my stats like you would average 1 points a game, but I want someone who wants to get to know me. I don't know this man, but bald men with beards, you can't trust them. And then WWE legend Titus O'Neil, long name. He's 6'5", 280. He's intimidating, but he's a teddy bear. I feel like every time I see these dating shows, I feel like we know no one is really trying to get married, trying to get together. It's TV. It's reality TV. It's just for the show, because we've had 2 seasons already that had 6 women looking for love, and none of them 6 women is with anyone from the show. Tamar and that man was a horrible debacle. Okay, so it gives me flavor of love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really with it. Okay. But if you care to watch, it's gonna be coming on in July. So they got all these damn shows coming on. And I feel like they're trying to bamboozle us or whatever. Then Bravo want to play too many games or whatever. So Bravo is doing a couple new shows. There will be a Housewives of Rhode Island show. I'm not, because let's see, we have Housewives of New York. We have Housewives over there in Jersey. Even the Potomac Housewives, not Housewives of Rhode Island. I just feel like there's too many people on that side. Okay, it's down. I don't like it. I don't want it. But anyway, yeah, the Housewives of Rhode Island. I guess so. If you want that, they're also going to do Ladies of London. I didn't watch that before, but I kept hearing about it or whatever. I guess so. Okay, they're also going to do the Valley Persian style. Okay, with Reza, Gigi, and MJ. I never watched Shaws of Sunset, so I don't know them people, but they have their own show now and whatnot. Then they're doing a housewife show, wife swap. I said, okay. Um, because they said the wife swap show will not be like people from Housewives franchise swapping with each other. It will be people from the Housewives franchise swapping with people in the real world. You know, um, I guess it just depends. It depends on if whichever housewife swaps, if they were really, child swap it out and be a good sport or whatever. I don't know. So Bravo has those shows coming forth. I'm just like, why can't we get another episode or another season of Summer House, Martha's Vineyard? Why can't we get another Kennedy Gang? I'm the girl. All these white shows is aggravating me. We see they also renewed a couple of shows. Bravo renewed Below Deck Med, Below Deck Down Under, Married to Medicine, Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality, Beverly Hills Housewives, Orange County Housewives, Potomac Housewives, in Salt Lake City. Now, a lot of folks was like, well, where is New York and where is Jersey? I think they're still trying to put those on pause. I think they're still trying to figure those out, the cast and the stuff. But we shall see. Um, I guess. But again, they're trying to bring us good TV. I'm like, I don't care. Not that much. Other than TV, I'm trying to get the TV stuff out the way first because it's just so much stuff, y'all. Let me see. Look. This is me, okay? Are y'all watching? I have watched every show Beyonce had done in the Cowboy Carter tour. If you're on TikTok, there's always someone on TikTok who was live at Beyonce concert. So she's had 4 shows in LA already. I've watched all 4 shows, like the whole thing from almost from start to finish. It's just such a good show. And because it's good quality, child, I didn't get my own tickets to go see it myself or whatever. But Rumi and also Blue Ivy is a part of the show. And for the first 3 shows, Rumi has been very excited. Okay, very excited. And so many people were talking to about Rumi and how excited she is, and they're trying to diagnose her, whatever. And on last night's show, Rumi was she wasn't as excited. She was more calm down at last night's show. And I said to me, I think that what happened to Rumi? What they do to Rumi? Did they give her some melatonin? I was like, no, they didn't do it. Why would you say that? Okay. I was like, I think what happened is I think the first 3 shows, Rumi has never been on stage before. You know what I'm saying? That is brand new to her. She's 7 years old. I think the first 3 shows, she was just extremely excited. All the people, all the screaming, all the cheers. Her mama is Beyonce. Okay, I think she was excited to be on stage. I think as of concert number 4, I think one, she kind of understands now it's a show. It's a performance. For one, I think they also priced it Rumi, baby. Calm down. I do think they had a small talk with her, a child talk with her, because I think she was just so excited. She was extremely excited. And last night's show, she was like, hey, hi. She wasn't as extra, extra, extra. I think Blue Price said, girl, stop acting like you ain't famous. You was Rumi Knowles Carter. Don't you be acting like you brand new, right? I think they talked to her, but I also think she understands now, baby, it's a show. Mommy's performing. It's all of that. Okay, we're dancing, we're doing choreography, because you see the videos of her sitting behind the stand. She's doing the dances that they're doing. So she's mimicking what they're doing. I think so now she kind of gets it. And she made this, she's 7. She like, okay, girl, I gotta come out again. and raise my hands. Okay, I'll raise my hand up or whatever, and I'm over it. Okay, so she didn't seem bored. She didn't seem like I don't want to be here. She did seem to realize, okay, it's the same thing. They clapping again. I'm coming to sit down with mama again. I can wave again, and I think she's just a bit more demure. Okay, but they didn't do nothing to that girl. I think she has realized, bitch, I am Rumi Carter. Leave me alone. There's a new pope. Pope name was Robert Francis. Is it Prevost or Prevost? Okay, he's the first American pope in history. He is the 267th pope. He chose the name Leo. I think Leo the 14th. I think what his name is. I was pissed because I watched Beyond the Gates. And Beyond the Gates had been on for 2 days. It came back today. And when I went to watch it on my DVR, they was talking about the Pope for the first like 18 minutes. I was like, why are they interrupting my stuff? I did not realize they had been talking about the man for hours today. He's the new Pope. May the last Pope rest in peace. He's from Chicago or whatever. Again, he changed because I'm like, why did he change his name? I didn't know that you don't go by your birth name once you become Pope. I'd be confused because I don't understand Catholic Church stuff, and I'm like, so when my stuff got interrupted, I sent him a text like, I'm so pissed, call your people and complain. That's where him got the power. And so we called back. He like, they interrupted all day. And I'm like, I know, but blah, blah, blah. And even him know, I don't really care about Pope shit, but I had 18,000 questions. I was like, wait a minute. Are there any women popes? And then I found out women can't be popes because women can't be ordained. I was like, so they sexist too? I was so confused. I was like, why can't a woman be pope? For one, that was dumb to me. But the most thing was stop interrupting my soap opera for the Pope. Okay, scroll that shit across the bottom of the screen and leave me be. I say when the news come on, okay, when the news come on at 5 p.m., 4 p.m., whatever, talk about it on the news. Do not be doing a breaking news. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, I was like, I cannot believe it. So I had to wait for the show to update on the Paramount Plus app to see the first 18. I was like, why would I said not the girl? I was pissed. That's why I needed a slushie. I was like, no. Listen, you look at his grandmama was Creole and Haitian. I mean, he has. I said to him, his skin tone is a bit. I'm saying, okay, just a little bit. A little bit. Okay, so maybe this is the closest thing that they'll get to a non-Caucasian pope. I'm not sure. The pope is the equivalent to royal family. Child, don't interrupt my story. Because I get that picking up pope is a big deal. I fully get it, but I also feel like don't interrupt my show. If you pick the pope, cool, let that scroll across the bottom of the screen. And then when the regular news, and I mean this for regular channels, if you are a news station like a CNN, MSNBC or whatever, if that's your thing, cool. If you are 2, 4, and 7, if you ABC, NBC, and CBS or Fox or whatever else, okay, you 2, 4, and 7 around here, don't be popping in. I was fuck the okay. No, I was upset, y'all. I'm like, why is it? I said, this intro to my story. Mine. Don't do that. Oh, he's anti that man. He anti that man. Well, then we like him. We like him. Him, did you see that they said that he got some Haitian and some Creole? Did you know him know all things Pope stuff? He's a Pope like in person or whatever. Did you know that? Did you Google that? Okay. And I'm still upset that the Pope can't be a woman. That's not fair at all. But I feel like when stuff happen in the world, unless there is something that I need to know to save my life, don't interrupt my show. Okay. Don't do if it's a terror attack, absolutely. If it's a tornado, absolutely. But if it's just you pick a person to pray for people over there, don't interrupt my show. Don't do that. Okay, I was sitting around here waiting for days to see the new episode of Beyonce, and I come in, and I'm like, and all he did was walk out on the balcony and did this. I don't need to see that man wave. Now, congrats to Pope. What's his name, child? Pope Leo the 14th. So, congrats to him. Um, I found out like he don't have no wife and stuff. He's a bit celibate and whatever. But I'm like, you interrupted my shit for no reason. He just did this. He can wave in the even this thing. Wait. He should be down. You see me in this little corner down here. I'm in this little box. With my show playing up on the screen, the Pope should be in a little box at the bottom. Okay. Okay. But congrats to that man. Okay. Now, if he's Haitian and Creole, okay, is he gonna have some jambalaya for mass on Sunday? Okay, and stuff. All popes have to celebrate. See, they probably see. Y'all think the popes watch porn? I feel like if they celibate, do they watch porn? Because even if you because celibacy in my brain, does that mean no intercourse or no release of endorphins? Which one is it? Okay, because I just because I just wonder. I don't look no tea all shade. I don't trust nobody who be like, oh, my whole life, once I became a pope, a cardinal, or a person under this cloth or whatever, all my sexual urges went away. That's not how the body works. So to me, it's a lie to say, "Oh, I'm Pope and I'm a Pope person or whatever," and I just don't have no hard-ons or whatever. I don't eat. I don't release no energies. I am not releasing my endorphins when I don't believe that. Unless they snip, unless they are their nether regions, okay, are cut off. Okay, unless that happens and then they have no urges, I feel like they round there watching little flicks. They look. I love God too. I do. I love the Lord. God knows I do. Okay, but God, because I feel like you can. I feel like you can not have sexual intercourse, but still release endorphins. I'm not going to. I'm not doing this with you today. I'm doing this, okay? And because if they can't have wives, they can't have kids. So what do they do when their body naturally? Because you can't tell me a pope ain't seen somebody who they like. Okay, they ain't seen a nice, beautiful woman or man. I don't know if they get straight. You know what I'm saying? And then they gotta because if they wake up, okay, if they had a wet dream. So do popes not have wet dreams? Could do men of the cloth never wake up with a morning stiffy, and if they do they just let it out? Does it go away? I just wonder. I need to ask somebody, okay? But yeah, congrats to that man. Okay, and look, and I am not um trying to advocate for folks to not be, to follow their path of devout devoting their life to God. I'm saying it's cool. I'm just wondering, why are they not allowed to have someone in life to love? Because if it's supposed to be about love and marriage, why would y'all not want a pope to have a popette? Okay, you have the pope and then the popette, who is the wife to the pope. Like, is there a vice? So I saw someone say today, I think it was Eva, who said, "Is there a vice president pope? Like, who's under the pope? Does the pope have a second in command?" You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if the men of the cloth can devote their life to God, why can't they get a woman who's also, devoted her life to Jesus too? And then they're a couple and they can do it together. I'm just asking. I'm still pissed because I found out a woman can't be pope. Look. This is why he said I can't have no edibles, because I asked too many goddamn questions. And the kicking part is, I don't even care about the Pope. I just got upset because the Pope interrupted my story. These are logical questions. These are logical questions I think everyone should ask, because it's like, what happened? I just be wondering. Because how old is the Pope? How old is this man? How old is Pope? How old is Pope Leo? Pope, he's 69 years old. So has he never had sex? Did he just stop having sex? Does he not have stiffies anymore? I was wondering. Because if he's 69, the last pope was like 80 something. So technically, he could be pope for a good 20 years. Okay, a good 20 years. So that means for the next 20 years, he got to be just alone and lonely. Who making him sandwiches? Okay, who rubbing his feet? Who running some bath water? Who he watch movies with? Okay, who we say, hey, I'm having a bad day, go get me a slushie because I want a slushie. Anyway, congrats to that man. Congrats to that man, okay? Code 45 got Elmo fired. I said, now, how was he here? I was like, child, Elmo putting out a statement about him being fired because the Code 45 was not on my bingo card today, okay? And Elmo writing into LinkedIn, okay, because he got to find a job or whatever. And he like, I miss my friends, Big Bird and Cookie Monster and Ernie and Bert and Abby. Who was Abby? Grover, counting so many more. Who was Abby though? I've never heard of Abby. Is Abby the human? Elmo need a job. Okay, so if anybody's hiring, okay, Elmo was around here looking for his next paycheck because they said COVID 5 said get rid of PBS and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. I never knew presidential people had the power to fire PBS people. I'm like, ain't it bigger shit to worry about besides PBS or whoever else? This girl, I don't know, but y'all get Elmo a job. Okay, he need a job right now. He has experience, um, talking and dancing. Um, I feel like can't they go to a different station if they got rid of PBS? Is there a private station he can go to, and then that could go on YouTube? I don't know. But poor Elmo. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's doing their jobs. I saw this clip of Trey Songz dancing, and I feel like, okay, there were already, so many rumors about Trey Songz and so many court cases or whatever, and there are just conversations about Trey Songz being just a dirty, dirty man, okay? And I said, this dance move right here, I feel like it's proof for the prosecution that he is a sexual deviant. Okay, because don't no regular man go dance around like that. No, sir, you did it. Okay, you guilty of whatever them ladies said you did. I believe did it because this right here. Okay, that just screams I did it. Lock me up. Trey, don't do that dance no more. Okay, that's the I'm guilty dance. That's the I did it dance. Don't do it. Okay, and I'm like, why you look guilty? I also want Trey Songz to cut his hair. I think Trey Songz in straight back braids give prison yard coochie taker. Anyway, that was a random thing. I have random thoughts. I told y'all I was busy today and I did not have a chance to really look at anything. Irv Gotti died, right? And his brother, Chris Gotti, said, you know what, my brother died. I'm going to go ahead and take over discussing Ashanti. Now I don't know why anyone is talking to Irv Gotti's brother. Let that man rest wherever he's at. Okay. But he said this.
Do you care that people affiliate 50 with y'all? Like whenever you look y'all up.
I hate the chairs that they're in. I hate the angle of the camera. I hate the man sitting in these tight ass jeans while they in leggings. I don't like the fact that the man has both his hands on his knees. A man who put both their hands on their knees, it wears me out. Because it's like what y'all known for. I don't like how the man is slowly asking questions to the brother.
It's forever.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
It is what it is.
It's like I told her with Ashanti, that's forever. You can't know. She says they wasn't in a relationship. They was in a relationship. I was their therapist going from
That's how he be with my relationship.
Like when she say that, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I used to go and get you, talk to you, then go and tell Herb what she said, then go and tell you what Herb said. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But at the end of the
now, even if it was a innocent sleight of words, even if it was an innocent think of him saying, I know there were a couple and I don't like when she denies it. I feel like I am allowed to say I don't know that man if I don't know that man, even when I know that man. I feel like everyone is aware that Ashanti and Herb had some kind of relationship, but it's also clear that currently in this time in this day and age, she don't want to have that conversation because she's moved on past it and because Herb was such an asshole to her. So I feel like even the brother, I'm like, for what? Sir, stop it.
what went on with them so real. Mm-hmm. And I would tell everyone, and again, I would tell everyone, like, in a relationship, let me go talk to your exes. How many can I talk to that's gonna talk anywhere near calmly as she?
Do you care that people
him? And then Irv kept going too far, right. Constantly. But like he said there was an interviewer that said, "Why do you always talk about Ashanti?" He said, "Bitch, because you always ask." Right. And Irv is a straight shooter. He's not gonna fucking hide. He's like, that's why I talk about it, because everyone keeps talking about it.
What you want him to do?
And that's real. And it's like, she should understand that too. Like if you're in the limelight, they asked the question. It wasn't little, it was big. And again, but it's for her to act like it ain't Murder Inc. that made her. Or Irv made her. It's crazy.
Right.
And look, no one can make someone. I think Ashanti had great producers and great production, but Ashanti made Ashanti. I think her voice is what we fell in love with. It wasn't. It wasn't Irv. It wasn't Irv. And I think it's an aggravating point in life where men feel like I made you. And because we used to mess around or whatever, you can't act like I didn't make you. I don't think I've ever heard Ashanti deny the she's never denied her success came from her working with Irv and them being on Murder Inc. I think for a long time back then, she screamed Murder Inc. all over the world. I think once Irv started being disrespectful to her and once that relationship fell apart, she just stepped away because I can't do this toxic shit with you. And then how he spoke about her, later on, it made her not want to say anything. I'm not about to promote and big up you because of how we used to be and how we used to work together when you're an asshole to me currently. I think that's the thing that Irv and I would brother need to understand when my Irv was in peace. Because I'm like, leave her alone. Like, she don't have to give him any more credit than she already. No one mentions Ashanti's success and not also mention her being on with and working with Murder Inc. and Irv. So shut the fuck up. Respectfully, just shut the fuck up. The Diddy trial that's going on, it's not even a trial yet. Diddy is on trial, y'all know, for the SA stuff and trafficking or whatever. And this week has been strictly the jury selection. So I don't really care much because it's like, what? Okay. Now they're saying that there is a prominent, key witness that the prosecution has not been able to get to corroborate or even to act right. Okay, to come and say what's supposed to be said. And I'm like, well, I don't care. Okay. A part of me feel like just like the Young Thug trial, if everything falls to shit, fine. There's so much scuttlebutt right now, and the case has not even started. It's just jury deliberation. It's just the jury selection. So once they start discussing stuff like next week, I'll then like cover the story, whatever. Lauren LaRosa, where is that? Lauren LaRosa, from the Breakfast Club, had went to the first day of jury selection. Now, Lauren, I don't know what the fuck you're wearing. I don't know if Lauren assumed that because, Diddy is a rap producer, that she had to dress. Because when I seen on the Breakfast Club, when Charlamagne and Guy was like, what are you wearing? I thought he was joking. And I'm like, no, girl, what are you wearing?
Ready? Hey guys, I just wanted to check in really quickly. The last time I posted here, I was headed into court, and as y'all know, they take your phones while you're there. So it's been about 3.5 hours since I last updated you guys. So what's happening right now in court, and I'm actually about to go back in. It won't wrap today until around 5 p.m. The judge actually said that this week the court will go from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But when
it was nothing, I just had her outfit, and I know that was like a sponsored outfit that someone got for her. Girl, fire whoever gave you that outfit to wear to court. That is not a court outfit at all. Okay, at all. It's the skirt, and you're and this is a court case for sex trafficking, and you are dressed like you are a person who's being moved around. It's just not appropriate. And I get she's a journalistic person or whatever I'm saying. And I like Lauren. I think she is a very detail-oriented person when she covers these stories. But I said, ma'am, who told you to wear knee-high boots, a mini skirt, and a leather jacket to a court case about a producer who was trafficking people around the country, allegedly. Allegedly. Okay. And you have to know there's a way to dress when you go to court. Get you a change of clothes if you have to go somewhere else. Don't you dress for the club when going to court. Okay, don't do that. So, I just hope he changed the clothes because I'm like, girl, no. Now I also seen how the reporter, had put on Twitter that there are some people trying to cover the case who are not there. That people need to listen to these, qualified journalists who are credentialed and who can also bring recording devices at the court, because anyone can go down to the court and sit in the thing, okay? But if you are a credentialed journalist who you are allowed to do other things. So I'm like, girl, just don't don't do that no more. Okay. But yeah, she said she's gonna cover, so I guess so. Let me discuss Smokey, because I had looked up Smokey, right? So I did a quick little conversation about Smokey Robinson, because Smokey is old. Okay. Smokey is an old man who I can't even, there's some stuff it don't be on your bucket list at all. And you be like, I know people be doing some crazy things or whatever, but no one wants to believe that your old uncle Jug is around here, taking coochies or whatever. And I said, Smokey being a coochie bandit was never on my bingo card. I don't understand. I'm trying to pull up the paperwork just to have it in here. How old is Smokey Robinson? Let me Google it. I don't know how old he is. How old is Smokey Robinson? He is 85 years old. Okay. 85 years old. And he was around here being accused by 4 separate former employees who work for him. He's being sued for $50 million. It's him and his wife. And out of the 4 women who are seemingly all of Mexican descent, they la 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 bamba or whatever, they all have like immigration stuff and whatnot, so they're not from here, okay? And so the 4 women, of course, when they're all J-Dos, who was suing him and his wife, okay, for different things. Now, the first lady worked worked with him from January 2023 to February 2024, okay? And she was like, the first time he messed with her was March of 2023, and it continued to happen over time. How he would, come to my blue bedroom or whatever, lock the door, okay? He would shower, get a bit naked into his underwear or whatever. He'll place a white towel on the bed, because I'm like, anybody who puts a towel over the bed because you don't want the sheets to get dirty, I'm like, but that's what sex happens. But maybe he didn't want, I don't know. Anyway, so each lady had kind of the same accusation, that he would wait to get them alone. He would get one alone in the room. He would, manually do stuff to them. He would orally do stuff to them. He would penetrate them or whatever like that. And they will all say, no, 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 no. He said yes. Okay. He would not take no for an answer. He did not want to use any protection. He chose to finish either in them or on them. Okay. I was like, okay, now they said back in the day, Smokey was, a lot to handle. They say back in the day, he has a reputation. I never heard that he had a reputation for taking it from people, but he was out in these streets, back in the day or whatever. And okay, then they said his wife, Frances Robinson, the reason she's mad is because they said she knew. They said that she was aware because he had been accused of this in the past. He had settled cases in the past, so they're saying the wife was fully aware of his proclivity of being a coochie taker. And there's 4 separate women who worked with him at the house from around 2006 up until 2024, and they all had separate, working time. Like there was like one girl worked, I think, 3 days a week, and was paid, like maybe. Let me see. Jane Doe 1 worked 10 hours a day for 3 days a week and was paid $18 an hour, but was never paid overtime. And then, let me see, for Jane Doe 2, Jane Doe 2 worked there from May of 2014 to February 2020, and she had kind of the same thing where he'll, get her alone in the room or ask her to come clean up something or whatever, and they would take it. Okay, again, would take it orally. He would take it manually. Okay. And he would, penetrate. And they did not want it. And they said the reason they did not, go to the police or they did not complain was because they all felt like, one, I need a job. I don't want to mess up my immigration status or whatever. What if he's a celebrity? You know what I'm saying? So all the things. Now, we also do not know how old any of these women are at all, even though that doesn't matter. But I feel like these young women who, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. Jane Doe 2 worked 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and she was paid $10 an hour. Is that minimum wage? She got a pay increase to be paid $12 an hour in 2017, but I didn't get any OT pay and things. Jane Doe 3 worked there from February 2012 to April 2024. Again, they're claiming, sexually harassed, assaulted, RAPUD, is what the accusations are. She was paid. What's her pay rate? She was working 10-hour days, 6 days a week. She was paid $18 an hour. So even the pay is. I'm like, how you paying them $18 and 10? I said, who you paying $10 an hour? And then Jane Doe 4, who worked the longest, worked there from October of 2006 to April of 2024. Okay, so she endured it the longest, if you ask me. And even she was making 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, $15 an hour, got raised to $20 an hour in 2018. But each lady is saying, again, he would have me come in the room or, get me alone in some room and, take it from me in one way or the other, force his tongue down my throat, fondling my boobs and my booty, and all these things that when you read it, I'm like, that is insane. I said, what is he doing? And is while we can't say the wife knew, but they're like, she knew because it had happened before. He settled things before. Like it says for Jane Doe 1, upon returning home, defendant says what he would take his wife to the nail salon. Okay, drop my wife off somewhere else. I'm home along with the girl. Okay, coming home from leaving my wife at the nail salon, he would call Jane Doe 1 into his blue bedroom, lock the door, shower, down to his underwear, white towel on the linen. Okay, to not get the bed dirty. Okay, kissing on me, touching on me, or whatever, roughly penetrating my body. Okay. He would, orally do stuff to me. I was like, girl, oh my God. Okay. It would say how he liked to finish in people with no condom. I said, Diddy, I'm pregnant? Because y'all know old men get you pregnant, okay? But I'm like, that is crazy. So she said it happened about 7 times while she worked there. Jane Doe too had kind of the same story. You know what I'm saying? He would, ask me to meet him at a particular house where there were no cameras. Okay, get me to a no camera area. Okay, the laundry room, the garage. Okay, and then he would do what? Start taking it from me. Okay, then hurt it. And he would, okay. He will also do that into the blue room. Force her to suck to give him head and stuff like that. Okay. And then he would look, y'all, when it said he enjoyed finishing on her face, I said, you a nasty you little nasty ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very detailed lawsuit. Now he said, I didn't do it. I am innocent. It wasn't me. They're lying. Blah 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 or whatever his attorney said. I don't know what to believe. I don't. His wife's name is Frances. So I don't know which number wife he's on. The current wife's name is Frances. Okay. And I feel like having, again, in each complaint, they say, again, he's a celebrity. I was scared. I didn't want to lose my livelihood. I was scared that they could mess with my immigration status or whatever. Meaning they were all, not of here. You know what I'm saying? We live somewhere else and we know what's going to happen. So we'll see what else, they comes up. But I do feel like, was Smokey taking coochies all this time? Oh, nasty ass Smokey. When I seen this, I think people have to understand, you need to stop doing things on camera at work. Okay, it's a reason y'all have never really seen me at work. I'm like, I don't have time for that, because if your bosses see you at work, unless the only thing y'all see of me at work is when I'm in my office and I may show my outfit and I'm in my office, but you're not gonna see me in my office fussing with none of that. Okay, so these people at work at the airport, okay, Frontier Airlines, okay, and they're recording their conversation, a dispute, a disagreement with a passenger who was late to, the airport or whatever. But there's 30 minutes before the flight, and there's a $25 agent assist fee. I guess you can pay for them to assist you to get. I don't know, but this is what happened.
Made that flight, you did, and you think, oh, you're gonna check me in? I bet you won't.
Okay? I paid for a ticket.
And you didn't pay $25 for agent assist fee, and you checked it 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that I.
Get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you were gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get.
Man, why are you doing this to that man? Girl?
On your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
Now, look.
You're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about.
The little black lady behind them was trying to say to them, y'all, just stop. Okay? Just stop. Okay? Don't do it. Because we be knowing when y'all finna fuck up. But they not listening.
About to let me check in. And you decided that you ain't going to let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space.
This is my stationery.
This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We not worried about it.
First of all, why do both of y'all have your cell phones? Okay, that's part one. Part two, why are you fussing with this man? Then the girl right here, girl, you got fired because I heard they both got fired. You are up here contributing to the bullshit. And sometimes, look, I am not a believer in the customers always right. I'm not, because sometimes customers are dead ass wrong. However, you have to understand Your job is a frontline conversation, dispute handling person. You cannot argue with the customer. If you were not going to service that man and he wouldn't leave, okay, I'll get your manager. Sure. And then the conversation's over. But you are fussing with the customer.
You don't worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
I told you to stop putting the camera on me, sir.
I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket and they are not letting me check in. For no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
I've already bought a ticket. I've literally already bought a ticket, and this is your reaction.
Look, that man may have been an asshole. Okay, and I feel like what happened was he probably got there. I think he probably got there with 30 minutes to spare. Okay, and I think his thought was, I can pay the fee for them to help me make my flight. Okay, and he probably was an asshole about that. Okay, however, if I bought a ticket and the flight ain't left, child, I'm not finna fuss with you. If you want to pay a $25 fee for me to help you, cool. I pay the fee. Let me help you get the fuck out my face, okay? And I can move on. But I feel like the fact that the workers are all upset or whatever, the man sound like an asshole. Okay, period. He sound like, I want what I want when I want it. Okay, I want what I want when I want it. However, if y'all have a service that you can pay money to be sped to the door of the plane, I'm gonna pay that fee. That ain't my fucking fault. Now, if the plane left at 2 and he there at 10, or if he there at 1:55, then what I'm gonna do? Okay, but my issue is this: I think it's dumb when employees allow customers to get them fired. Because even if that man can't fly Frontier no more, cool, but y'all out of job. Okay, y'all are out of a job. And I'm like, because we don't know what happened before, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, was he been an asshole to them in the beginning? And they, we ain't gonna help you. But even if that's the case, you can't be that way when you are the front end of things. Okay? If you say, hey, we have a fee, you can pay it, and if you pay this fee, we'll put you wherever you. But because y'all allowed this man to not only record y'all fussing with him, it seemed like in the video, y'all was a problem.
They made that flight. You did. And you think, you're going to check me in. I bet you we won't.
Okay? I paid for a ticket.
And you didn't pay $25 for agent assist and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that
I get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your
That's where she fucked up. Because that's called antagonizing the person. That's called you're fucking with people. Look, come on now. It's summertime. Who wants to be unemployed? It's hard. It's hard finding a job when no one knows who you is. It's even harder if you are on all the social media for being quote unquote rude to customers. So other jobs can then say, we don't want you working here because we saw how you did over there Frontier.
And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight. And they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in. And you decided that you ain't going to let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the
Can you
flight.
please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space.
You're in
This
my
is
face?
not your
I work
personal
here.
space.
This is my stationery.
This is not
I'm at
your
work here.
personal space.
I just don't like people allowing people to make them be homeless and jobless and need things. Okay, sir, pay the fee. We're gonna help you to your gate and get the out of my face. Okay, so they say both girls got fired. They per TMZ they got fired. And that's what's stupid. Don't allow dumb people to make you lose your job. Like when I talk to people at my job now, I am very. I had so because I don't look. I had a meeting with one of my people, right, and this individual was upset because they're just an upset type of individual, and when they raised their voice at me, God told me, Jaylee, don't respond. Mm-mm. And I just did this. Count to 10. Okay, count to 60. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can get put in situations where your response makes the shit worse. You know what I'm saying? Your response can make the conversation, the argument, or whatever, it can make it worse. So I am a firm believer in, even when someone is being an asshole to me, I don't have to be one back. Because truthfully, when you're an asshole back, it kind of ruins your day. And them allowing that person to get up under their skin, it made them lose their jobs. And that's what I don't like. The fact that even if they were right, wrong, or indifferent, had they just reacted differently and not allowed that person for it to be a combative situation at work. And that's what we don't need. Thank you, Keisha, for super chat. Taunting a customer is whack. Paying 25 to get help is whack. That's true. These young people are silly. Most have horrible attitudes when dealing with the people. So, child, I went to Chili's. Me and my homegirl went to Chili's, and I'm like, the waiters was in there fussing and cussing. I was like, why y'all kids work here? Why the kids working around here? I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So my only point is, don't allow idiots to get you fired. And if you are a customer at a place where the employees are idiots, can I have a manager? And record it. Record it, be nice, be cordial, so that way no one can listen back to any audio or any video and then see why stuff happened, because it was also your own fault. But I'm like, child, I am not finna be out here looking for no job. Not in 2025. No, ma'am, no, sir. Okay. Now I want to get into some dumb shit. Okay, that has been happening. It was a few things that happened here in Michigan, right? And stuff. Okay. Now there are shootings everywhere. Okay, here, there, everywhere. And in my opinion, I feel like people who don't know how to fight and they around here causing people's deaths, get out from around here, okay? So this happened a couple of days ago. There was a shooting at a Foot Locker store here in Detroit. Okay, well, technically, because it was on 8 Mile, I think 8 Mile McGrath shit. That was Detroit. So there was a shooting on over there. Okay, and they found the girl responsible. So when it first happened, it was all over the news. It was like, 4 people had been shot at the shoe store by this girl, and what happened, and blah blah blah. Then it was a lady who was at the shoe store who went live outside the shoe store and showed the dead bodies on the ground. I mean like close up. Okay, close up. I was like, bitch. And she was it was a random lady on live. And yeah, look, checking your people. They got shot up here at the Foot Locker or whatever. And I'm like, bitch, nobody would do that. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't know what happened. All we had heard was it was supposedly some kind of fight that had happened, and the girl put a gun out and pow, 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 and it was 4 people who got shot. We've now found out more things. So the guy picture here and the girl picture there, they're siblings. Okay. So they at the Foot Locker in the car together. Okay. Girl is, what's the girl name? LaKyla Taylor, 19 years old. They at the Foot Locker. Her brother got the car. Her brother goes up the car. They got some people in it. Okay. So which is stupid. Not really. You have to have a CCW here. So you can't, if you have a permit to carry, you can carry. But you can't, Detroit is just Wild West in town. But no one really open carries here like that. Not like that. But the brother got the car, went and had some kind of dispute argument with other folks in a different car. The guys in that car got out. One guy had a gun allegedly, and they were beating up the brother. Okay, 3-4 guys beating up the brother, who walked up to their car talking shit. Hold on, y'all take a little second, y'all, and like the video. And I'm back. Okay. So backstory. So the brother is getting beat up by like 3-4 dudes or whatever. The sister sees it. The sister goes back to her car, gets her gun. Now she was at a license to carry too. Gets her gun, shoots into the crowd of people fighting her brother. Okay. So she hit one guy who was fighting her brother. Everybody didn't get up and they run. When everyone gets up running, she then shoots at the people running. I'm like, why you do that? Then why you do that? Okay. So again, her thing was, I'm trying to defend my brother. So she shot and killed one guy named Javon Newsom, who was beating up her brother. Her brother. Okay. She then was shooting at the guys running away, killed one guy, Stephen Garden Jr., and then quickly entered a third guy as well. She also shot her brother. So all this happened middle of the afternoon. Okay. Midday time, bright outside, and all this shit. And so she shoot 3 people. Her brother also ends up getting hit. 2 died at the scene. Her brother, I think, was hurt. The other guy was hurt as well. So she turned herself in. So because the brother picked up shell cases and stuff, and then they both fled together. Technically, this was self-defense. The reason I think it's going to become more than that is because both her and her brother ran. They picked up shell cases. They picked up stuff to kind of cover it up because it's stupid. Okay. So now LaKyla is arrested and she's facing 2nd-degree murder, assault with intent to murder, and then multiple firearm charges. The brother and her bond is 2.5 mil. Her brother is also arrested. His bond is 250K. He's charged with tampering with evidence because he, picked up the bullets and whatever. I'm like, one, why did y'all run? To me, it sounds like if your brother got the car to fuss with or argue with or whatever the other folk, it's gonna sound like y'all was setting some shit up. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. But if you are defending your brother because he's being jumped by 4 people and you shoot into the crowd, then cool. That was self-defense because you had a life to carry. But once you shot at people running away and killed people running away, once your brother picked up bullet fragments and shell casings, girl, the fuck, okay? It say the brother Dewan picked up her gun and some magazines before fleeing the scene with her. So that's what made it, not legal. Not much of self-defense. Y'all did dumbass shit. And that's why kids shouldn't have guns. She's 19. Girl, you don't need no damn gun. At all. Now, she gonna go to jail. Her brother is too. All over, we still don't know what. Child, I said, Lord, fix it. So then, where's the other one? I thought I had another dumbass story. Oh, here. So this child, they in Cincinnati, Ohio, okay? A 38-year-old man accused of killing an 18-year-old. Now, while the 38-year-old man is in court, child, they in the damn gallery trying to get booked. I said, what is y'all doing? How y'all taking court? With the police. What is y'all doing? Stop. I ain't do it. What? I said, no, what kind of shit? Look, I don't know why people do any of that. Don't do any of that. Okay. Full brawl in the car. First of all, this gonna sound mean, and I don't mean to be mean. It is too many people sitting back there. Okay, that is a full. Why is there so many people in there? It's like a family reunion. It's too many people, not enough cops. That had him. He probably a lawyer. Is he that tall? Insane. Again, I feel like there should before you go to the courthouse, you should have to say why you there, who you there to see, okay, and check because why the whole family here, child? It's a whole brawl. All the cops coming out, see, and this is what causes bullshit. Because what if the cops started like tear gassing folks? What is shooting? I don't know. They're shooting folks. Too much. I would never fight at a courthouse. Now, first of all, old girl who there with a bonnet on, the pink bonnet, she came to fight. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. Okay, that lady with the bonnet on came to fight. She is squat child. Hold on.
Yeah, they squabbling out there now. Yeah.
Cause why y'all fighting? So I don't know what's going on. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with people. Okay, at all. I don't know what that man did. Okay, no, the man around here, Dominic Ellis, Elite, 30 38 accused of killing an 18-year-old Jaden Smith. It says per court documents, okay? He shot the man in the chest outside of an apartment, okay? Because it said the son, the detective says the shooting happened after an argument between Smith and the son. I'm like, what is going on? Why is an 18-year-old fussing with an 11-year-old? But this is my thing. If my child is 11 and you 18 and you come to where we at and your 18-year-old self is fussing and arguing with my 11-year-old child, you might get popped. Okay? Because why is an 18-year-old even fussing with an 11-year-old? That's weird. So they're saying the shooter, it was self-defense. Because your 18-year-old self is around here fussing with my child, and to defend myself, I'll pop you. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, it's weird. But people doing weird, illegal shit all over the world. Okay, all over the world, Craig. The game around here, the game had a court judge for child a long ass time ago. Okay, this girl Priscilla Rainey sued the game back in 2015 for SA. The game had that one season, maybe 1 or 2 seasons, I think only 1 season of a dating game show, and the girl said he touched my booty or my cooch. He assaulted me in some kind. I can't think of what she said happened. And because the game denied he did it, didn't go to court, there was a default judgment and to get her $7 million. Okay. And now 9 years later, okay, she want her money. Okay. I want my money immediately. So the game has now had to put his house up to pay the thing. I was like, girl, if somebody sued you 9 years ago and you did not properly try to defend yourself 9 years ago, you can't try to just not pay her. The good thing to do would have been 9 years ago, go to court and defend yourself. But once you did not go to court and kind of just, I didn't do that. You're paying the consequences. Okay, now his house is valued at about $4 million, so he gonna still owe $3 million. Okay, and I feel like people have to know you can't not show up to court and then expect to win. Because again, she got a default judgment because he never showed up, and he been ducking and dodging her all this time, and it's not your fault. Okay, your fault. You guilty. Go to jail. Not jail, but pay her that money. I feel like I saved a couple other things that I wanted to get into. Oh, here we go. The Housewives stuff. Shamia was talking to the Brat and them about her and Portia. I feel like Shamia is watching this season back and she's realizing how bad she looks and how much she's been defending Portia, and Portia's not a good friend. So the Brat was like, girl, what you want to change about this season?
A lot of changes this season. If you could undo one change, what would it be?
I mean, it would be the awkward space that my friendship is in with Portia.
Yeah. I
would undo that. That would that's my real friend. You know what I mean? And reality is real, right? Reality, you can't spell reality without spelling real. So the place that we're in right now it's hurtful. You know what I mean? It would be bad to say.
Why did y'all let it get to this point though? How do you let it get to this point? When
I would not even comment on me and Portia. I feel like Shamia is taking ownership as if she played a part in this. Portia's always been a bad friend. Shamia has always been the one that cared for their friendship more. I feel like she should let that be in Portia's hands. She's I reached out or whatever. Things are bad right now. Hopefully we can fix it. Girl, fuck Portia. Okay, we don't care. Leave Portia be. Also, this is a girl named Mia. Mia was
Filming this
on. Wait, Mia was on with Carlos, Claudia, and Dustin discussing, her leaving Housewives of Potomac, and this is what she had to say.
And everything that went down in the kitchen, and everything, and how the narrative of what was being followed in the story that everybody wanted to see. That wasn't the story that I wanted the world to see. I wanted the world to see my reality, and it wasn't real. It was a moment where Gordon decides to flip the script on everybody, and then we have to follow the flip of the script, right? And I said, no, just be normal, be real. And I think a lot of times people also don't understand is that would I have ever allowed for Gordon or Ink to be in the same room on cameras if they weren't getting along? They have been getting along for almost a year. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I will agree with you guys to allow my soon-to-be ex-husband and the love of my life to be in the same room because they get along. And we have traveled together. We've celebrated holidays together, filming the season and everything that went down in the. There hasn't been any animosity. I think that's a beautiful thing for the world to see.
We didn't see none of that. We didn't get to see none. Well, we didn't get
You
to
saw
see
none of it.
that. So if you're
Right?
saying your intention for what you brought to the show last season was completely different than what we saw on camera as viewers, I can understand your decision, because what you're describing to us right now is the polar opposite of what we experienced watching your story play out on camera.
And I feel like Mia's full of shit because she then went on social media saying, I'm holding myself accountable, not blaming production or anyone else. What aired was a false reality shaped by someone who was hurting and chose to hurt me in return. One who admitted it was done intentionally, and it's also clear. However, he didn't start with honesty and with myself first, being called a liar by people who don't know. Girl, I don't care. Mia, Gordon, and Ink fully thought the audience would be intrigued by this weird three-way situation. Okay. And I feel like when I watch the full, first of all, let me say this. That's gonna be a different video. I'm gonna put up a video tomorrow about fucking Aniva, Dustin, Claudia, Carlos. That will be separate. But I feel like Carlos has the perfect show with Dustin and Claudia on there and how they discuss things for one. But Dustin, who was like, girl, fuck all that shit. Okay, we don't want to see you, Gordon, and Ink. I think Mia thought we would. I think Mia and Gordon and Ink thought they can placate this, Ink and Mia together. Gordon's a bit upset and let that play out. And the fans hated it. And I think Mia realized they hated it. And she then left the reunion thinking, oh, we'll feel bad. And no one felt bad. And so she then left the show. I think she also tried the whole thing about, oh, me and Gordon are back together. Me and my family. And then we didn't care about that either. And now she's like, oh, since no one cares, fuck it. I'm going to just be with Gordon. I'm just going to be with Gordon. And she's making it seem like it was a false narrative on the show. But that's what you gave us. You gave us a false story. And she's now trying to make it seem as if it was production. It wasn't her. You, Gordon, and Ink did all that shit. Even her trying to say, well, because Gordon is older now and he's not good. Because he's older, he has these mental issues or whatever. He can't do reality TV. But she still wants to do it. Girl, I don't want to see Mia back on TV. At all. Okay, I want her out my face because she gets on my damn nerves. We then seen that Sweet Tea will not be back for Married to Medicine.
I'm glad you're not coming back to Married to Medicine. I didn't like how it worked out. It was foul. I mean, it definitely was foul. And I'm just going to say, I haven't really talked a lot about this, but, I really wanted to leave it to my fans to figure out, like, what was going on. Because know that I'm not a quitter. Never, ever been a quitter. And I ain't never ran away from anybody. So just putting that out there. But it just is what it is. And I think that there are better things in store for me. You know, I think that platform was what it was for me at the moment. And I think that God has something better and I'm going down the right path. So that's all.
I feel like I didn't fully watch the show. But I saw clips and I was, I got what was going on. You can fully tell that Simone, Toya, probably even Jackie as well, they all befriended Sweet Tea, trying to get up on a Quad's skin. I do feel like they brought Sweet Tea in to teach Quad a lesson. And I think they thought Sweet Tea would be this bad reading, just and that's not who she is. Sweet Tea is seemingly a sweet person, and I think Sweet Tea was put in a horrible situation because Quad is a mean girl when need be. Quad and Greg have a horrible history, and Sweet Tea was put in the middle of Quad battling her ex-husband, the girls trying to make Quad feel like shit, and Sweet Tea trying to defend her husband and stand up for her husband. It was a bad recipe that no one should have cooked. And I feel like the only victim in this is Sweet Tea, because I think had she not come on a show that her husband's ex-wife was on, who was at odds with the other women on the show, she could have did better. I always felt like if Quad wasn't on, Sweet Tea would have been okay. Had the girl not tried to use Sweet Tea against Quad and Sweet Tea could have possibly been friends. But Sweet Tea told y'all they wanted me to be at odds with her. They wanted me to fuck with her because that was a way for them to get at Quad. And I think she got swept up in the bullshit. Now she's not there no more. Now, I don't know, was she fired? Well, I think she was fired. I think they just did not ask them to come back. But to me, I don't think Sweet Tea was a bad person. I don't think she was even bad for the show. Her beefing with Quad was stupid. It was unevenly matched. She's no match for Quad because Quad is a reader. Quad can do all of that. Sweet Tea can't. So Sweet Tea always looked remedial when fussing with Quad because they will always say, you married Greg. Okay, you get Quad leftovers. But I'm like, if Sweet Tea has Quad leftovers, then King has Greg leftovers. It's one and the same. You know what I'm saying? So her not coming back next season is probably for the best. But we'll see what happens. Because Sweet Tea gone. Phaedra gone. We'll see what happens next season. But I was like, girl, it's some bullshit all up and through. All this other stuff was like this. It's just too random. And I don't feel like making sense of it. It's already been an hour and a half, and I'm tired. Okay. So we're gonna end it here. Okay. And anything else I think of, I will get into it tomorrow. Okay. Because I told y'all, I did not plan the show like I should have. I did not even do a thumbnail. But we got a good hour and a half in. I hope y'all enjoyed my randomness. Okay. I will have some pre-recorded content up for y'all tomorrow. So do not forget to check it out. I want y'all to be sure to like the video, subscribe, and also share the video. Okay. I need to go chill out, drink some more water, okay, and stuff. And I will talk to y'all. I want y'all to be, wherever you are, be safe, child. Okay. Get some rest and all of that. But I gotta go. Bye.